Welcome back to The Explainer. Now, if you're a medical professional, an educator, or an administrator, and I'm looking specifically at you faculty over at the Institute of Integrated Medical Sciences and Research, you already know the harsh reality. There are just never enough hours in the day. Between patient care, teaching, research, and those truly endless administrative tasks, burnout isn't just a buzzword. It's a very real threat. Well, today we are going to completely transform your daily grind. We're diving into a comprehensive manual designed specifically to integrate Claude AI into your medical workflows. We're talking about turning hours of tedious, hair-pulling work into a task that takes literally seconds.
Here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, 1. Meet your AI assistant. 2. Accelerating medical research. 3. Streamlining admin and compliance. 4. Transforming medical education. And finally, 5. Pro tips for power users. Let's get right into it.
But hey, before we get into the how, we really need to talk about the why. Because let's be honest with each other. Are you currently drowning in National Medical Commission paperwork? Are you just utterly exhausted by drafting tedious, standard operating procedures from scratch? Or maybe pulling your hair out over NAC accreditation reports? These are those necessary but highly painful parts of academic medicine that steal your focus from what you actually want to do, which is teach and practice medicine. Claude AI isn't just some basic chatbot. Think of it as the ultimate, tireless assistant designed to take these exact heavy burdens right off your shoulders.
Okay, Section 1. Meet your AI assistant. Let's dive in and see how seamlessly you can actually integrate this tool into your daily routine.
Getting started is completely frictionless, which is exactly what we need, right? Whether you're sitting on your laptop in the faculty lounge or just grabbing a minute on your phone between wards, it's super easy. You simply open your web browser, navigate to claude.ai, and create a free account with your institutional email. Boom, you're instantly greeted by a message box. And that box, that is where the magic happens. You literally just type your instructions in plain, everyday English, hit send, and Claude goes straight to work.
Moving right along to Section 2, Accelerating Medical Research. Let's put on our researcher hat for a minute and examine how AI can lift the massive burden of drafting those complex academic documents.
We all know that writing a PhD or MD-level research proposal normally takes weeks of formatting, structuring, and rewriting. But here, we can use what we like to call a magic prompt. Listen to how specific we get. We tell Claude exactly what role to play, an expert medical researcher, before feeding it highly specific clinical variables. For example, a real-world prompt might ask to explore the association between neck circumference, serum cortisol levels, and IBS symptoms in patients with generalized anxiety disorder. By providing those exact granular parameters and asking for a formal academic tone suitable for an ethics committee, you are setting Claude up to give you an incredible PhD-level result.
And the result is, honestly, mind-blowing. Claude doesn't just spit out a generic block of text, it structures a complete, academically rigorous proposal. It generates everything. Your background and rationale with literature reviews? Done. The sample size complete with the mathematical formula? Done. Your statistical analysis plan and properly formatted Vancouver references? All done. You've essentially just generated a highly structured, incredibly detailed first draft that is ready for ethics committee submission in about 30 seconds. I mean, no way, right?
All right, Section 3, Streamlining Admin and Compliance. As a busy faculty member or dean, let's see how Claude handles the sheer volume of institutional paperwork stealing hours of your day.
Accreditation reports, they are notoriously complex, right? But listen to how you can construct a prompt to conquer them. You can instruct Claude to write Criterion 2 for a NAC self-study report, specifying the exact key indicators you need, from student enrollment all the way to the evaluation process. You can even tell it to use a formal, first-person institutional voice, like, "The institution does X." Claude tackles this massive, heavily standardized compliance task flawlessly. It gives you the narrative, it builds the metrics tables with placeholders for your actual data, and it even writes out the self-score justifications.
And, it's not just NAC, it's also your National Medical Commission compliance. Take the dreaded NMC faculty profile template, for instance. By simply asking Claude to act as a compliance expert, it instantly generates perfectly formatted tables requesting the exact specific details needed for recognition renewal. We're talking theory and practical teaching loads or PubMed index publications over the last 3 years. You get to skip the manual formatting entirely. It's a huge relief.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, Transforming Medical Education. This is all about your daily life as an educator and creating high-quality, engaging materials for your students.
Drafting a genuinely good multiple-choice question is practically an art form, and frankly, a lot of standard MCQs out there are just flawed. They only test simple rote recall, they use lazy absolute qualifiers like always or never, or they feature plausible distractors but offer zero explanation. Compare that to the AI-generated alternative. When prompted correctly, Claude generates MCQs perfectly aligned with Bloom's taxonomy. It provides a rich clinical vignette stem, clearly explains the rationale for the correct answer, and crucially gives the rationale for why every single distractor is wrong. Claude essentially acts as your expert instructional designer, instantly elevating the real educational value of your assessments. And we can take your teaching to the absolute next level with case-based learning scenarios. Say we ask Claude to create a scenario about a diabetic patient with hypertensive urgency, but we add a little instruction at the end, add a twist. Patient develops acute pulmonary edema. By injecting this clinical curveball, you force Claude to generate brand new discussion questions focused on changing drug calculations and interpreting new ECGs. You are effortlessly creating materials that test higher-order analysis and critical problem-solving skills.
Oh, and Claude is also a massive time saver for faculty development sessions. You can generate entire presentation scripts. The rhythm goes a little something like this. First, request a complete slide-by-slide script on your topic, let's say an MCQ quality analysis session. Second, you just copy the generated bullet points directly into your slides. Third, paste the customized speaker notes Claude wrote for you into the notes section. And fourth, you can even ask Claude for specific design improvements, like suggesting professional medical color schemes or font pairings. It does the whole shebang.
Finally, Section 5, Pro Tips for Power Users. Let's look at some advanced applications that will take you from a novice to a true AI power user.
So if you thought Claude was just for writing text, think again. You can actually upload a raw Excel file containing hundreds of student exam responses and ask Claude to perform a full psychometric MCQ item analysis. It calculates the difficulty index, the discrimination index, and automatically analyzes the data to explicitly tell you which questions to keep, which to revise, and which to reject entirely. It literally acts as your automated data analyst. How cool is that?
Okay, to get results like the ones we've discussed here, you really need to follow these 5 golden rules. Number 1, be specific. Don't just say write an abstract, say write a 250-word abstract in Vancouver style. Number 2, give context. Tell Claude you are an IMSR faculty member teaching third-year MBBS students. Number 3, use follow-ups. Don't start a new chat if the answer isn't perfect. Just tell Claude to make it more formal, right there in the same window. Number 4, upload original files for Claude to review or improve. And number 5, absolutely crucial, always verify accuracy. Claude is a powerful assistant for sure, but remember, you are the medical expert. Wow, we've covered a tremendous amount of ground today. From automating NAC reports and crafting PhD-level research proposals, to generating Bloom's taxonomy MCQs, and even running psychometric data analysis. The manual provided to IMSR's staff really offers a concrete blueprint for reclaiming your time. So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question to think about. Which administrative, research, or academic headache are you going to solve with your very first prompt today? Don't wait around. Open that browser and let the AI do the heavy lifting for you. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.